Before towers, trains, and millions of pilgrims, Mecca was a silent valley between the Hijaz Mountains. From sacred water and caravan routes to conquest, empire, crisis, and modern expansion, this city became the spiritual heart of Islam. Its story is not just about buildings, but about faith, movement, and centuries of transformation. Mecca begins as a harsh Hijaz mountain valley, where water gives meaning to survival. Around Zamzam and the ancient Kaaba tradition, desert families, worshippers, and travelers gather in a sacred landscape before streets, empires, or marble, turning an isolated basin into a remembered sanctuary. Before Islam, Mecca grows as an inland caravan oasis linked to South Arabia, the Red Sea Soles, Syria, and distant markets. Camels, merchants, pilgrims, incense, textiles, and water services fill the narrow valley, giving the sanctuary economic power despite its dry, mountainous geography. In the 5th century, Quraysh strengthens Mecca by organizing clan quarters, pilgrimage duties, market protection, and custodianship around the Kaaba. Qusay ibn Kilab symbolizes this political consolidation, as trade, sacred service, and tribal prestige transform Mecca into a disciplined sanctuary town. Around 570 CE, Mecca enters sacred memory through the Year of the Elephant and the birth of Muhammad in the Hashim clan of Quraysh. The valley's stone houses, caravan wealth, clan rivalries, and shrine-centered rituals form the dramatic world that his later message will transform. In 610 CE, the cave of Hira on Jabal al-Nur becomes the spiritual turning point above Mecca. Islamic belief connects this mountain silence with Muhammad's first revelation, while the busy valley below remains a world of merchants, clans, idols, and growing moral tension. By 622 CE, conflict between Muhammadologists and powerful Meccan clans forces the Hijra to Yathrib, later Medina. Empty homes, broken families, confiscated property, and night departures make Mecca the emotional center of a struggle that leaves the city behind, but not forgotten. In 630 CE, Muhammad returns to Mecca with a large Muslim force and enters with limited bloodshed. The Kaaba is rededicated to monotheistic worship, idols are removed, and Quraysh authority is absorbed into Islam, changing Mecca from tribal sanctuary into the spiritual axis of a worldwide faith for all future pilgrims. Under the Rashidun and Umayyad caliphates, 7th century Mecca becomes a pilgrimage city, guarded by empire but defined by devotion. Hajj caravans bring Arabs, Syrians, Iraqis, Egyptians, Persians, scholars, coins, fabrics, and news, turning the valley into a seasonal capital of Muslim unity. In 683 CE and 692 CE, Mecca is drawn into civil war around Abdullah ibn al-Zubayr and Umayyad power. Siege fire damages the sacred precinct, forcing painful rebuilding of the Kaaba and proving that even the holiest city can be wounded by politics. During the Abbasid centuries, Mecca receives wells, endowments, roads, and caravan support rather than palaces. The Zubaydah pilgrimage route shows how distant infrastructure feeds the sacred valley, making Hajj both a spiritual journey and desert engineering challenge. In 930 CE, Carmashintian raiders attack Mecca during Hajj and remove the black stone from the Kaaba. The sacred precinct becomes a place of trauma across the Islamic world, and the city's vulnerability reveals how pilgrimage can be shaken by sectarian and political violence. From the 10th century onward, sheriffs claiming descent from the Prophet govern Mecca through sacred prestige, tribal alliance, and pilgrimage revenue. Local families protect the valley, while distant powers seek honor through the sanctuary. From 1269 to 1517, Egyptian Mamluk influence links Mecca to Cairo, Jeddah, and Red Sea pilgrimage routes. Mamals, escorts, scholars, merchants, and gifts arrive with caravans, making the city's identity depend on movement from many Muslim lands. In 1517, Ottoman victory over the Mamluks brings Mecca under Ottoman suzerainty through the Hijaz. The city remains a sacred trust, as Ottoman patrons provide subsidies, protection, and mosque support, while local sheriffs mediate authority. From the 16th to 19th centuries, Ottoman rulers and local authorities repair the Grand Mosque, improve water systems, and respond to floods. Dense houses press against sacred space. As Mecca survives, through maintenance, seasonal services, pilgrim protection, and constant care for fragile urban infrastructure. In 1803, forces linked to the First Saudi State and Wahhabi movement enter Mecca, challenging Ottoman religious authority. In 1813, Ottoman Egyptian forces under Muhammad Ali's campaign retake the city, proving that control of Mecca carries unmatched symbolic and political legitimacy for every regional power. In 1916, Sharif Hussein ibn Ali launches the Arab revolt from the Hijaz, making Mecca a center of Hashemite ambition. Ottoman rule collapses, a short-lived kingdom rises, and the Holy City watches banners, borders, and loyalties shift during World War I. In 1924, Abdulaziz ibn Saud's forces enter Mecca and end Hashemite rule. In 1932, Mecca becomes part of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, placing the Holy City under a state that makes guardianship, pilgrimage security, and religious administration central to legitimacy. After oil wealth transforms Saudi Arabia, Mecca changes faster than at any earlier moment. The first major Saudi expansion of the Grand Mosque in the 1950s and 1960s replaces older urban edges with wider prayer spaces, new colonnades, modern services, concrete, marble, construction cranes, and organized pilgrim access for expanding crowds. During the 1970s, Mecca grows through roads, tunnels, hotels, buses, and for Mina, Arafat, and Muzdalifah, the pilgrimage city becomes a modern logistics machine, connected by highways and air travel through Jeddah, while still focused on sacred rituals and crowd movement. In 1979, armed militants seized the Grand Mosque, turning the holiest sanctuary into a shocking crisis. Saudi forces and religious authorities end the occupation after days of fear, and Mecca security, religious policy, and management of sacred space change permanently in the modern age. Under King Fahd in the 1980s and 1990s, Mecca gains new prayer halls, escalators, air conditioning, tunnels, ring roads, and high-capacity facilities. Historic neighborhoods, hotels, and infrastructure, as the city balances spiritual intimacy with megacity-scale pilgrimage engineering and faster circulation. Between 1990 and 2006, deadly Hajj crowd disasters around Mecca and Mina forced new approaches to density, emergency routes, and pedestrian control. The Jamarat Bridge redesign turns tragedy into safer circulation, surveillance, and crowd management architecture. Between 2004 and 2012, Abraj Al Bayt rises beside the Grand Mosque, crowned by the Mecca Royal Clock Tower. Hotels, shopping areas, prayer spaces, and the giant clock transform Mecca's skyline, creating service capacity, global visibility, and debate over lost historic urban fabric near the sacred sanctuary and many nearby older neighborhoods. In 2011, King Abdullah launches the third Saudi expansion of the Grand Mosque, continued under King Salman. New gates, prayer areas, courtyards, pedestrian routes, service systems, and climate control turn central Mecca into one of the world's most complex religious construction sites, beside the Kaaba, amid constant pilgrim movement every day. In 2015, a crane collapse at the Grand Mosque and a catastrophic crowd crush in Mina exposed the risks of construction, heat, density, and ritual timing. Mecca's modernization must now be measured by safety, accountability, and human vulnerability. In 2018, the Haramain high-speed railway opens, linking Mecca with Jeddah, King Abdullah Economic City, and Medina. The train changes pilgrimage geography by reducing highway dependence and making movement between holy cities faster, clearer, and more predictable. In 2020 and 2021, COVID-19 restrictions make Hajj almost unrecognizable, with limited pilgrims, masks, distancing, and health controls. The empty spaces around the Grand Mosque show how global Mecca has become, because its silence is felt worldwide. Since 2016, Saudi Vision 2030 and the Pilgrim Experience Program reshape Mecca through hospitality expansion, smart permits, crowd monitoring, transport upgrades, and redevelopment. The old Caravan Valley becomes a data-supported pilgrimage city, designed for scale but judged by spiritual experience and visitor service. In 2025, The King Salman Gate project is launched near the Grand Mosque to improve access, mobility, services, and prayer capacity. The redevelopment imagines a vast urban threshold, where worship, hospitality, movement, and heritage connect beside the sanctuary. Today, Mecca is a sacred metropolis where ancient memory and extreme modernity face each other. The Kaaba remains the still center, while towers, tunnels, trains, digital systems, hotels, mosque expansions, and redevelopment projects surround it. Millions of pilgrims continue moving toward one sacred point through marble courtyards and mountain roads.